Hey there, everybody. I'm CCP Dolan back here with CCP Rise in the studio. We have a great match for you: Heretic Initiative versus No Holds Barred. Why don't you tell us about this epic Galente versus Minmatar showdown we're about to see?
Yeah, so we have another Navy Brutic setup here. This time it's got some Vexers along with it, a Vulture, a Basilisk, and some Merlins, and it's going to be running up against a more Minmatar-focused team with a Fleet Hurricane, a couple Slipners, and then a lot of Assault Frigates, 2 Jaguars, 3 Harpies, and then a Saber and a Merlin.
I'm going to stop you right there,
Okay,
CCP Rise.
stop me.
Because we're missing a little something on the field.
Ouch. Yeah, I see them talking in local a little bit about trying to get him in. I don't know what happened. Probably a disconnect.
Yeah,
But we're missing, one Slipner. That definitely is painful. In a match like this, too, where they're going to be trading for sure. And
the march of time goes on here.
Too bad.
Yes, that's really rough for Heretic Initiative.
Hey, he just showed up on the UI. I wonder if
he logged in. Is he warping in?
I'm trying to find him. Hang on a sec. You commentate on the match. I'm going to find out where he is.
This is the most important part of the match. Hurricane Fleet
here.
Issue just got dunked down. Aranin falling all the way through.
Wow.
Brutus Navy issues do a lot of damage. So now that everyone's on the field and actually fighting, he gets primaried as soon as he shows up, apparently. But this is just a sit at 0 brawl, and Brutix's win.
Yeah, unlike a lot of the past matches where it's been brawlers against brawlers like this, these teams had their main DPS ship start at 0 on the beacon rather than starting far away from each other. So tackles were easy, damage is easy, and the Brutixes are crushing.
Yeah. Brutixes are really strong. Like, they have links on the field, whereas the only links for Heretic Initiative got wiped with that Hurricane Fleet issue. So
they can have links on the Slipners, but they probably don't.
Yeah.
Or they probably don't on all of them anyway.
Yeah.
An interesting difference also is you see tracking disruption on the Minmatar ships on the Heretic side, which is probably hurting their damage at least some, whereas the Brutixes have no E-War that's causing them any problems at all. So.
And I don't know if this, like,
it's also
Bassi is jammed out. Yeah, the Bassi has been jammed out for a while now.
Yeah.
Like, and without the Bassi, they're just getting dunked.
That is painful. I wonder if having the Slipner there, because it was actually not on the field until at least, 15 or 30 seconds after the match started, something like that. I don't think it would have made a difference here.
Yeah.
It seems like they're so dominant that it probably wouldn't have mattered. But
they're just deleting ships because the Bassi's not repping anything. Yeah. Like, Bassi's like, oh, better get this Harpy.
But like in this case where they obviously No Holds Barred is able to tank through it, they can. Yeah. They're able to tank all the damage. If they have a whole nother ship there at the start of the match and they're able to not tank it and they kill a Brutix, maybe they're able to start tanking. But I think you're right. I don't think it makes it.
This is a really good illustration that unless you're in like 2 Vindicators and a Balgorn, 2 Vindicators and Geddon, or something like that, or 3 Vindicators, you should not be warping to 0.
Yeah, I don't really like warping to 0 ever. You can always get to your targets, and usually you're entering like the range where you're in trouble. Is going to be the same regardless of whether you start out close or start out far away. Mm-hmm. And the only cost really might be cap that it takes to get across the field. But having the option to decide how you engage is huge. And in this case, not having their Basilisk jammed when they had to start brawling would have been a really big deal. They could have worked on maybe picking off some of the Griffins or something earlier on, but
like this is ideal. This is this is what Shield Brutix Navy issues should be doing.
Yeah.
Just rolling in and doing a ton of damage. This is a much more one-sided one for the Brutix Navy issue than we've seen in any of these.
I was thinking actually, I don't think it's done very well generally so far.
Yeah, I agree.
It's lost. I don't know. I shouldn't say my memory is just like disappearing as I age, along with my hair. But I don't think it's done that well, and it crushed here. So that is interesting for sure. You're no different.
Well, implying I had a memory to begin with.
Your hair, I mean. Anyway. If also, ships still going away. Assault Frig's going down now. Heretic just losing ships like 1 every 5 seconds or something. But Brutixes, since we're talking about them, added in Odyssey, along with the rest of the Navy battle cruisers, have a big focus on offense. So the Navy Brutix picked up a tracking bonus, which makes it really, really good at doing stuff like killing these assault frigates.
The Hurricane Fleet issue picked up the old Hurricane.
Yeah, which was pretty good actually. So not so bad for them, but. Just a couple of assault frigs left. Clearly not going to have any problem killing those. A tough match here for Heretic. I know that's going to be a real bummer to feel like they started without someone. I imagine that made them a little less organized as well, not really knowing how to handle that maybe.
To be fair, No Holds Barred, that was not a shabby team they brought in.
No, I still think they have the better setup,
Yeah.
especially based on how it went. Like, I think they could have done the exact same thing if that Slipmere would have been there. But anyway, awesome job, No Holds Barred.
We're going to go to a short break, and we're going to come back with Why So Serious versus RVB, our 26th match of the first day of Alliance Tournament 11. See you in a couple minutes.